Hey guys, here's hoping I am live. I never can tell when the video actually starts, so sorry if I'm steering awkwardly for the first few seconds as I come here in the group, but I just wanted to come and say it's the last day of February, February 28th, and I want to thank you all who have been in the group, and especially those who have participated. I hope everybody has gotten something out of it. I would encourage you today to take some time and go back and review the resources that you have. Listen to some of the videos and really take in all that we've learned. I really tried to do a good recap. If you don't have time to go back and listen to all 4 videos, listen to the one from Saturday because I did a really good recap of the process of really dealing with Ed. And so I really encourage you to do that. But today I wanted to, one, remind you it's the last day of class, and several of you, quite a few of you, have already signed back up for the March group. I encourage you to do that. I hope you'll come along with us. I do love our community here. I absolutely love that there's relationships in the group between different people, and that it is very comforting to be able to go on this journey together with names and faces that we recognize, and I'm really grateful for that. It's what I hope to create here. So I hope that others of you will choose to come along in March. As always, we have a couple of new people, but quite a few of you will remain here in the group. And so I wanted to leave you with just some thoughts on moving forward into March, whether you are or aren't moving forward with the group. And that is be intentional about what you want to happen in this coming month. I don't care how long you've been clean or how long you've been sober or how you're doing with food. If you don't make that intention, your month will not be as focused and you will not accomplish what you want to. And in fact, it might even get a little messy. And that even happens for me, even being keto over 6 years. I have to be very specific about how I'm going to eat. Whether I'm going to fast and what that looks like, what my movement looks like. I find if I don't do those things, then I fall off. It's not that I go off plan or I go back to old destructive behaviors. It's just not moving forward and not being focused. And it feels really good to be focused. And the other reason you really want to set a goal like that or set an intention in the beginning of the month is when you get to the end of the month, you can say, yes, I did this thing. If you don't start off with any sort of intention or direction, you really can't celebrate at the end. And so I really encourage you to do that. It's not so much about setting goals as it is saying, here's a behavior that I'm going to work on, and these are the steps that I'm going to go through to make sure that that is a behavior that changes. Even if it's, it might be something as simple as, right now I'm still snacking all day, and for the month of March, I'm just going to eat 3 meals a day. It might be much more strict than that, but it just depends on where you are. So I wanted to invite you to make a goal, and today, share it here in the group. It makes a difference sharing it. Just making a plan and not sharing it with anybody, you're much less likely to follow through. If you share it, then you're more likely to follow through with that. But the second thing that I wanted to give you was just a reminder of daily rituals that assist with long-term sobriety. In the past, I've done like whole separate calls on this, but we didn't have the opportunity to do that this time because we covered some other things. But people who stay sober long-term, these are things that they do or attitudes that they have. And so I just wanted to run through those for those of you who will not who aren't going to be here next month, and those of you who are, it's a reminder. People who stay sober long term, they set intentions, not just for the upcoming month like I talked about, but every single day. For example, if I'm working with a client and one of the things we always talk about is what's coming up in the next week. What are your plans for the next week? And we come up with a plan for what they will be doing, whether it's their eating or whether it's fasting or whether it's an interaction they need to handle or stress that they have to deal with, and or what their interactions with me are going to be like. So we talk about that, but it's on them after our call to each day reiterate what today is going to look like, because you can say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do for the next week, and you can mean it when you say it. But setting daily intentions, saying today I'm going to do this, is so much more powerful It's basically taking the time that you have right in front of you, which is all we really own anyway, and saying, this is how I'm going to allocate my time. It's like spending money. This is how I'm going to spend my hours. It's like a budget for your day. So setting intentions daily is really important. People who are long time sober, they set up some kind of accountability with someone, either a partner or a group like this one or others. There is some accountability outside of just thinking about what you're going to do in your own head. It's very easy to let ourselves down. I know many times I'll think, you know what, I'm going to fast tomorrow. And then I wake up and I haven't told anybody I was going to fast. And I just decide, I get a little hungry. I just decide to eat, which is fine, except for I let myself down. And it's because I didn't share it with anyone. If I make it known to people in my household that I am fasting, I'm very likely to actually follow through and fast like I said I was going to. And then I can celebrate the fact that I kept my commitment to myself. Another thing that highly effective for long-term sobriety is an absolute must, and that is total honesty. Being very real, not only with yourself about your behaviors, maybe having, again, someone that you can be totally honest with about what's going on with you. We know Ed thrives in secrecy, and so anytime you shine a light on behaviors, on thoughts, on actions, whatever it is in your life, on intentions, anytime you shine a light in that, being totally honest about what your plans are, what you're doing, what you're thinking about, helps keep you sober. Journaling, writing down what you go through. What did I learn from this? What did I hear from Ed today? Did I have a victory? Did I have non-scale victories? Did I lose weight? Journaling really, really helps because it is a record of your progress, not just in your physical body, but in your mind and in your spirit. Inspirational reading. Every day of my life, I have a whole process that I go through and a whole group of books that I go through to start the day motivated and inspired. It is just a habit that I do, so my mind is in a good place before I ever talk to the first person that I'm going to talk to for the day. Prayer or meditation. For me, prayer is absolutely critical. I would not be successful. It is a daily ritual for me. First thing in the morning before I do anything else. It's just part of that process. Again, it helps keep me sober. Gratitude, journaling, inspirational reading, and prayer can help you with gratitude. All those processes get you in a place. We forget what we're grateful for. Sometimes you get so focused on what you don't have or a situation that's going on right that minute or right at that time in your life or in that season in your life, you forget where you came from. And having a journal to go back to really helps you access gratitude and remember all the good things that have happened for you in the past, and it gives you faith that more good things will come. We just forget to be grateful. Speaking out loud, and I talked about this a lot on our call on Saturday, is that you get in the habit of hearing the sound of your own voice, and it is so powerful. It is so, so powerful. Not only can we not think back at Ed and have that be effective, he can't hear us, but then you don't hear yourself say it. Get used to the sound of your own voice. So speaking out loud is a daily thing. Do it all day, every day. Yes, it's not what other people do, but guess what? Remember what acceptance was? I have a condition that requires me to live differently from other people, and speaking out loud is critical. And then finally, one of the things that has kept me sober for over 6 years is staying curious. If I can stay curious about what's going to happen next, or what I'm going to learn from this situation, or how my body's going to change, or how my thinking's going to change, or if you can stay curious, it really can keep you in a place where you don't get bored. Curiosity keeps you wondering what's coming next. And believe me, there is always something good happening, and there's always something good coming next. There's always something to learn. So if you stay curious about what those things are, it helps motivate you and propels you forward to the future. So I just want to share with you those top things. I should probably make a graphic at some point, but I love to deliver that message to you and just reiterate that these are things that if you want to be sober long term, put into place. Start with one of them and layer in the rest. Maybe you're not ready to journal, but you can at least pick up something and say, every morning I'm going to pick up this inspirational reading. Even if it's just like I have this, a friend sent me this great calendar, and every day, you know, it has an inspirational reading. Start with something as small as that and just commit to doing that. Or just commit to daily gratitude. It's huge. Like the first thing I do when I wake up is I am going to say what I'm grateful for, and force yourself to do that. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Hope you all have had a good month. Look forward to continuing on with you next month, as well as some new folks, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.